How's it going, everyone? In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up a Amazon Cloudwatch Composite alarm. So I'm going to walk you through the steps here and how to do that through the AWS console. So the first thing that we want to do is navigate over to the Cloudwatch section. So you can go to the top here and just type in Cloudwatch. And we can see here actually that there's an error. Unified Search Service is unavailable. That's strange. Thankfully, I have this under recently visited services, but hopefully when you're doing this, you won't run into that problem. So we're going to go into Amazon Cloudwatch here. And I did have to do some things in advance here. So I already have some alarms that I want to create my composite alarm out of. So in order to look at those, we're going to go to the alarm section here on the left, and we're just going to click on all alarms. And this is going to bring up our alarms. Perfect. So the ones that we want, I'm just going to put a filter here so that we can draw your attention to the things that really matter. So we have two underlying alarms that already exist. These are ones that I created yesterday for a different project, but that we're going to use for this demonstration. So we have a Lambda errors alarm, and we can see here the condition for this alarm is that when errors are greater than or equal to 5 for one data point within 5 minutes. And the second one is pretty similar, but it's in terms of latency. So whenever latency is greater than 100 milliseconds for one data point within 5 minutes, then this alarm will fire. So how do we create this composite alarm? Well, it's a pretty straightforward process. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go and click on the checkboxes here for both of these alarms. That's going to light up this top button here, Create Composite Alarm. So we're going to click on this guy and it's going to bring us into the wizard. And this is where we need to create the rule expression, which I talked about in part 1 of this video series for our composite alarm. You can also add some other alarms here if they're not already listed, if you didn't check them with the tick box or the checkbox in the previous step. So what this is saying, if we just put it all on one line here, is that when either of these two alarms are in error state, then our composite alarm is going to fire. So that's perfect for this application. Basically, we want to know whenever something is wrong, whenever either of these two things are triggering or in alarm state, we want our composite alarm to fire. So that's good enough for us. We're going to go now to the bottom right and just click on Next to bring us to the next step. And this is where we need to specify the details for our alarm. So we're going to say the alarm state trigger is whenever it's in alarm, and the opposite is when we are in OK state. So we don't want to be notified when we're in OK state. We want to be notified when we're in alarm state. So that's why I'm clicking on this one over here, or leaving it as default rather. The next step is to select an SNS topic for your alarm. Now, you may already have one that exists if you already have some alarms that you created previously. So I have one just called notification topic, and this is just going to send an email to me whenever this alarm fires, this composite alarm fires, that is. Now, do keep in mind that if you do add email endpoints to your notification here, you're going to have to go into your email. AWS is going to send you a confirmation email. You need to go click that link before you'll start receiving notifications of when your composite alarm enters alarm state. So make sure you do that after you create the topic and after you link all this stuff together. So that's pretty much it in terms of setup now. So let's go to the bottom and click on Next. We can give us an alarm state. So let's just call this error or latency Lambda alarm. That's good enough for this case. We're going to go to the bottom now, click on Next. Now it's just giving us a confirmation page out of everything that we specified here. All of this is looking good. So we're going to go ahead and click on Create Composite Alarm. So you see now after we created it, we're in automatically OK state, but we have insufficient data for our error alarm and our latency alarm. So this isn't good. Well, it's not good. Like ideally we don't want errors or latencies, but in terms of this demonstration, it's not good. So what I want to go and do now is go and make our Lambda function error route. I'm going to go and trigger it 5 or 6 times or so and make it error route. And then we're going to come back here and see if it is in alarm state and see if in our composite alarm is in alarm state. Let me make that bigger as well. So I'm just going to duplicate the tab here and we're going to go over to the Lambda section of the console. Hopefully this thing works up here. Yeah, that's not good. So maybe services. Yeah, go to my favorites for Lambda. That's weird. That error never really happened. So it's a little bit odd. All right, cool. So let me just find the Lambda function that I linked this to. It's this one just called normal. And so normal, that's fine. And if we just go to our code here, like I'm just raising an exception. This is just something I was working on earlier. Anyways, so what we can do now is we can just test this. I'm going to invoke it a bunch of times. You see that it's resulting in an error. That's 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, 7 times, 8 times. That should be enough data to trigger our Lambda alarm. So now we unfortunately need to wait a couple minutes in order for our alarm state to be reflected, just because CloudWatch has a default delay in propagating the metrics to CloudWatch, so our alarm may not be reflected immediately. So let's just go back and see if it already did it. I doubt it did, but I'll do some magic in post editing to speed it up. So let's just click on refresh here. Yeah, you can see we're still in insufficient data. So I'm just going to fast forward this for 1 minute or so, and then I'll let you know when everything is updated. All right, cool. So I just refreshed the page after a minute or so, and you can see now that our Lambda error alarm fired and our composite alarm also fired. So that's working just as expected. Now let's just go ahead and confirm that we received only 1 email notification, because we didn't configure them on these because we don't need them anymore on just our child alarms. We only want the notification to occur just on this top level parent composite alarm here. So I just pulled up my email on the side while I was waiting, and you can see here we do indeed see our error or latency Lambda alarm firing. Then it's just telling me all the details here over on the right. So I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.